Welcome to Crike, our online program. Today we are back again to continue with these wonderful sessions where we've been discussing very important issues to help us to enhance our livelihoods and our lives, to be better parents, better fathers, better citizens of this nation. And today we are back again, and I have a guest today, Mr. Kamore, and he will be introducing himself in a short while. Today we want to discuss about future wife qualities that a young man maybe would want to look out for, and these are qualities that I know every young man would want to hear. Of course, Mr. Kamore, we are actually a mouthpiece or mouthpieces of young men, because I know you are a researcher, and you have been involved in research. You've been listening to young men, and my guest today here has a lot to tell us, because out of his research work and seminars that he organizes, or he's invited to do and to conduct, he has also been listening to young people and the qualities of a future wife they would want to see in those women. So today we are skewed towards ladies, and we are not biased. It's only that we are just seeing this future wife from a man's perspective. Karibu sana, Mr. Kamore, the director of Crike. Introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yes, thank you, Pastor Mutua.
Yeah.
My name is Stephen Kamore. I'm the program director, Counseling Research Institute of Kenya. And I am a researcher, I'm an author, I'm a psychologist. I used to be a teacher, but my passion grew beyond teaching, and that is why we are here. And I do facilitate empowerment programs in the church, in schools, even in organizations on various issues. And I'm happy that today we are hosting ourselves in the Crike online program to discuss this topic, which to me is very important, because we want to speak to the young men who are outside there, and they are looking for future wives. And even if you are a man there and you are married, I think this is also a good mirror to do a self-reflection and probably find out and what is it that you found in your wife. And in case you find that probably some of the qualities that you might bring are not in her, please don't chase the woman away. Sit down and help her to nurture those programs. And I tend to think you have said you're not skewed toward women.
Yeah, well, we are not biased. We are not biased.
From a commercial perspective, when I talk about qualities of a product, I'm imagining there's this lady who is there and has been wondering, why are men not picking on me? Now, we are telling you what men are looking for. So you can nurture, you can take advantage as a lady out there and nurture these qualities so that at least you may become the target of the next man.
Wow.
So all of us are going to benefit from the program.
Even the young men?
Yes.
So the young men are supposed to observe the future wives reflectively. So it's not just about the ladies being put on the scale. Even young men should do it reflectively, because Jesus said that the things that you want people to do to you, do the same to others. And so if you want a good wife, you want a polite wife, hardworking wife, I believe this discussion will also focus on the young men, and our expert is here. Now, Mr. Kamore.
Yes.
There are this observation. What are some of those observations that you have made, or even issues that young men have raised regarding this matter, concerning the qualities that they would want to see these future wives, display or have? Are there issues that you may have picked through your research work, or even observations that you have made from question time and all that, and that demand that actually our ladies should shape up?
That's a very relevant question, because I remember last week when we had a similar program, there's something we promised our listeners to keep a date with us. And the reason why this program has been chosen, and particularly this particular topic, we are not witch hunting. In our seminars with young people, in churches, in colleges, in institutions, and even in the workplace, many young men have expressed their desire to be empowered on how to go about choosing the right partner. And when you ask about the observation are obvious. Of late, you have noted that there are men who are marrying today, and after 1-3 months, the marriage is broken. We have early marriages, very young people who have done their marriages, and they are characterized by domestic violence, fightings all the time. Then we have couples, young couples, and you find them committing suicide. We even have experienced what we call the homicide cases of very young couples. And when we talk about now this kind of a topic, we are asking ourselves, could it be these problems could have been solved if these young people could have been guided before they engage into that marriage on how to look, on qualities to look for that future probably husband. Because actually why? Because today we are skilled, we want to speak to that man. And having also lived in marriage for a period of 30 years, there are those things I've also observed that have made my marriage work. And I tend to think, because I know you, Pastor, you are not young, and you are a mentor of very many young people. There are those factors probably that have held you for all that long time in marriage. And I try to think that our young people outside there, our listeners, the young men, may not be aware. And that is why we are saying, our sharing of this kind of a program, we want to give you not only information, we also want to give them experience. And we also want to remove this mentality that marriage cannot work today. Marriage is an institution. It is working. It has worked for you. It has worked for other pastors. It's worked for many men. But there are a few things we need to do so that we can ensure that marriage is. And one of them is understanding what qualities, what are the core qualities should you look for a future wife.
Now, Mr. Kamore, there is something you have mentioned about the observations that you have made regarding the issue of choosing future wives, the qualities that young men should look for. And you have said, you mentioned about issues of domestic violence, homicide, etc., etc. You want to tell me that these things are caused by inability of the young men in choosing a good wife? Is only if a lady chooses the wrong man, can that also cause this domestic violence? I know we are focusing on future characteristics of a wife,
yes,
but
at the beginning,
are they just caused by choosing the wrong wife? If, in case someone, bumps into a wrong marriage, should it be blamed on the lady?
What I would need to say is that marriage is an institution. And I think in my own observation, we enter into this institution ignorantly. And therefore, there are those things that people value when they're looking for partners. For example, you are looking, is this person, does the person have money? People, they are looking for properties. But from experience, there must be primary core factors of a marriage, and there is what we call the secondary factors. So what we are trying to say, we cannot blame all those incidents only on the qualities. But there could be other environmental issues. But in my conviction, I tend to believe that qualities, if you build your marriage on the right qualities, then you can be able to wear other challenges that are affecting the marriage. And that's why we have actually, the choice of this topic, Mutua, is deliberate. Because we are asking ourselves, and here we are not targeting any person, we are not targeting any particular lady, but we are asking generally when you look at stable marriages. what are the issues that have been able to hold these people together?
Yeah.
And now, if you can know this, you can be proactive instead of being reactive.
Now, do you think that most of those marriages that are broken, because you've mentioned about a number of marriages that have not worked due to the wrong choice of a wife? I saw a statement somewhere that most of the marriages that don't work, they are basically caused by the wives, or the women are the cause. That is not supported by research. I beg our viewers to pardon us, because we don't want to base our arguments on anything that is not verified. But from your experience as a researcher and as a trainer, and do you think that women are the main cause of marriage, fallout or breakdown?
I don't believe so. Marriage is a relationship, and both partners have to understand what marriage institution is all about. You may be a man, and I think that is why in the near future we also need to focus on our ladies, because they need also to tell us about some of their qualities probably they need to look for in a man. There could be some that are the same, and there could be some that are slightly different. But when it comes to the core values of a relationship, I tend to think they are the same for both men and therefore a marriage can break because also of a man. You can have a lady with all these qualities, but you yourself, you lack the same qualities, and therefore you become incompatible.
Wow.
So we cannot try to sit here and tell the whole world that we are blaming our ladies. Some ladies are very good wives, but they have been messed up by gentlemen.
But Mr. Kamore, in the Bible, just sorry for cutting you short.
Yes.
In the Bible, there was the first marriage.
I can see where you're coming from.
The first marriage, from the biblical perspective.
Yes.
Who caused the fall of the first marriage?
Yes.
Who was the cause? Who was the main cause?
It is the wife. Even in the same Bible,
yes,
it also has similar incidences where also the man failed.
The man failed.
So we are not here to blame.
But we are looking at the Genesis, the beginning. Who started?
Yes, but we are saying we are not here to
who set the precedence? Who set the precedence?
Remember, Mutua, we are here to offer solutions.
Yes.
And we are telling our viewers that both man and woman can cause a marriage breakdown.
Both of them, it's not just okay.
But today, because we are being proactive, instead of waiting, you are a pastor.
Yeah.
We are saying we don't want to sit until our church members have already started marriage conflict issues. So that now we start helping them.
Yeah.
We want to be proactive. And that's why this program is there.
Wow.
We want to help that now man who is planning, and probably this insight is going to make him to have a break and say, hi here. Now, what am I supposed to focus on? Marriage is almost like a lifetime relationship. So, when you are making a lifelong relationship, decision, you need to be sober. You need to be well informed, and I tend to think that is why we are here.
Wow.
We are not here to say that it is the woman who fails, it is the man who fails. But we were saying today we want to help that man who is outside there.
Now, before we outline these characteristics, and I hope our viewers, those who are watching, the young men, both even the ladies, I know you are ready with a pen and a paper before our guest outlines those characteristics that are very wonderful, things that you should look into when you are trying to aspire for your marriage, future wife qualities. That is the topic of our discussion today. And as a young man there, you can learn a number of things. Even ladies, you can profile and package yourself in a manner that you can increase your visibility in the marketplace. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm hearing ladies are not getting men to marry them. Probably it's because of what we are going to discuss today. These qualities, our guest will outline them. And I don't know, could it be our ladies are not able to package themselves well, and it's like men are missing out? I mean, they are missing out on this. The other thing, that is that young men are complaining that whenever they engage a lady, along the way they discover that there is an old man like you and me who is also the sponsor behind behind the scene. And some of these young men have really been discouraged. They've been heartbroken because of they have just realized this lady is just taking you for granted for a ride, and they just want a young man just to camouflage the whole scenario. But there is an old man actually who pays the rent and that's ABCD, who dresses that lady. But this young man is just there just to camouflage the whole issue of she's in a relationship. Yes, what do you think about that?
I tend to think, Pastor Mutua, that's a very good observation. But it is all going down to the foundation. Because, foundation, a marriage is like building a house. All these other issues you are fighting, they are being laid on a certain foundation. So today, our focus is where we want to take these people to. The question is, why are you looking for that other man you are calling old?
Sponsor,
it depends on the values. That's what I'm saying. A good marriage is laid on the right foundation, and the right foundation is a foundation of values. And it's out of these values we are going to get the qualities. For example, look at our contemporary young people. What are they looking for in a man or in a woman? They are saying, okay, I want somebody who is educated. But don't we have people who are not educated and they are stable in the marriage?
Yeah.
Others are saying, I want a very rich man. But how many homes of the rich people and people who are wealthy, driving very lavish vehicles and they are living in very good family homes are breaking today? Others are saying, no, there are other values. So what we are trying to tell our viewers today, because it's a very sensitive topic, is that we need to lay the right foundation. And before you lay the right foundation, you must know the ingredients, what the foundation is all about. And that's what we are saying. Can we focus on the qualities that matters? And when we do that, then we shall be able to help to prepare these people, because we don't want to be reactive. Now you are saying, I have a relationship, then I'm keeping somebody else. That's not a marriage. That is simply social cohabitation, and that is not marriage at all. But now remember, you're talking about future qualities of a wife. And I've told you, and I've said, and my listeners are listening there, that marriage is a lifelong decision. You require to be very sensitive on the way you lay the foundation. And that's why we recommend people, as you lay down this foundation, see, we offer what we call the premarital counseling. That is where now you are able to understand your partner. Does he have, or does she have the qualities of a wife you would really want to have?
Now, Mr. Kamore,
so you enter the...
Can you now bring those qualities now?
Yes.
Yeah, you have talked about the foundational issues and also the primary issues. Now, what are some of these foundations or foundational issues that our ladies should lay in their lives so that they will qualify to be that good wife, that wife that this young man is also looking for?
Yes.
Believing that the man is also working on themselves, as we said.
Yes. Now, when I talk about these qualities, first of all, let me inform our listeners. These qualities forms the needs of a relationship.
Okay.
And Mutua, let me tell you one thing I have observed. There is no relationship for the sake of relationship. There is no marriage for the sake of marriage. You know, every marriage will live and succeed depending on the values that it's built on.
Okay.
And that is why before I want to present these values in forms of core needs of a stable marriage. And any relationship that is going to endure the test of the time, it means that the people engaging in that relationship must take their time to understand the needs that are bringing them together. And as I talk about their needs, these needs are sometimes not necessarily monetary.
Yeah.
By the way, money does not sustain a relationship. There are some factors that are not constant. Today I might be a very wealthy man. Tomorrow my business might collapse. So what will happen when we are in this kind of a relationship? What will happen is that if that was what was holding us together, then to me the marriage will automatically break. But there are other basic needs that are not monetary, and they create good values in a marriage. And when we meet those needs, then what happens is that the relationship grows strong. That's why you find people who have no money, but they have a very strong and stable marriage. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
There are people who are married there and they may not even have children.
Can you outline those primary
I'm coming
values?
there.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm coming
in
there.
the interest of
But,
time,
yes.
because my director is telling me that we are almost getting there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is that there are those needs and values that maintains a relationship.
Okay.
Now, I want to use this biblical statement that was asked by one of the scholars in the Bible, and he was asking Jesus that what commandment is the greatest, that if I follow this I will be able to see God. And Jesus answered and told them, love God with all your heart. One I want to say is that a stable marriage must be built on the love of God, the agape. That is the basic. And when you love God, it is easier to bring other factors on board. And remember, godliness is a core value. If you look at most of the institutions today, marriage institutions, you realize that people are running away from God. And therefore they are building their marriages on other shaky grounds. So the first thing we need to do is to create a relationship with God. So that woman who fears God. But remember, even as we look for this woman who fears God, the question is, you as a man, do you fear God? I am doing a research, and I'm coming to realize that many men don't go to church. In fact, if you look at many churches, the population of men in terms of percentage is less than 30%.
I thought most of the young men are not looking for the godly values in our ladies. They are going for beauty. What do you think?
That's why these are called secondary factors.
They are secondary, but why are they going for the secondary factors instead of the
Actually, by the way, the married women,
they look for beauty. They look for beauty. No, not necessarily the values of.
That's why this program is here. You can be. The reason why you don't choose.
Now, do you agree, Mr. Kamore, that you have said that there are primary factors that young men should consider?
And that's where we are coming in.
Yes, listen, there are qualities, these are primary factors. Why do you think our young men are going for beauty instead of focusing on this?
It is the value, the society values.
They look for beauty.
Because now, now if you look at, we have been brought up in a society.
You'll tell me that if today we are to get married, I should not look for beauty?
Let me tell you, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. How many ladies do you bypass because they're not beautiful and they are married today?
You need to bring a young man.
Yes, and let me tell you, you are a young man, when we interact with these people in seminars, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And the woman who is beautiful to me is not beautiful to you.
You mean young men are not okay? Do you think, Mr. Kamore, because your point is very powerful, that there are those primary and the secondary factors, and I think I'll agree with you that in case I'm looking for those qualities in a good wife, in a future wife, I should start with the primary. Now, why should young men look for beauty instead of this primary?
It is because they have no knowledge. You know why we are calling them secondary?
Yeah.
I think that is the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to discuss individuals, because our assessment of beauty varies from one person to another. But these secondary factors are not constant.
Do you have ugly women? Are they ugly women?
We don't have ugly women now.
They are okay, so they are not.
That's what I'm saying. It's not they are secondary.
So it is
secondary means they can imagine.
They can vary.
Imagine your wife is cooking. We have had people and they are the fire accident. Now Chobeke.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you going to live with that woman? But I've seen men divorcing those or even running away because the physical beauty is not there.
So you say the first point, one of the primary factors that young men should consider is godliness.
Godliness.
Yeah, you have another one?
There are very many others.
Yeah, okay, you can mention
you know, you are looking for a wife who is godly. When you fear God, and you also, man, I'm saying it is also both sides.
Yeah.
You are godly.
Yeah.
And that's why before you interfered with me a little bit, because you interrupted, I was saying, if you look at the percentage of people, men going to the church, the number is lowering. And therefore, we have so many women who are godly in the church, but men who are looking for godly women are not in the church. So that's what we are saying. As much as you want godly women, then you must also be godly as a man. Then the other quality and forms the needs, the basic need or the core need of a relationship is love. And when I talk about love, love is not only romantic. You know, when you talk about, the Greeks are very rich in this world. They are able to define the kind of love you're talking about. Now that God is in this relationship, agape is called. I love you unconditionally. Now look at even in the Bible. There are women, there are men who loved women conditionally. Like this son of David, Absalom. And she was saying, my sister, and you can see now the age of the beauty now. She is saying, my sister was so beautiful. I feel, I have the romantic feelings.
What is this love that he demonstrated?
Yes, it is actually the infatuation.
Yeah.
Those are feelings.
Yeah.
You see, because you are triggered. You know, men...
can you also call it lust? Is that really lust?
Yeah, it can be lust. But also understand
You're saying
that...
it can't.
Yeah, I'm saying it
can also be lust. Okay,
yes. And I'm also saying here that also know that men are sexually triggered by appearance. So that is why the danger of beauty can be deceiving. Because look at this man Absalom. It's in the Bible. It's a physical. Don't even forget even somebody like Samson. You know, when you look at the way the Bible described Delilah was not just a woman. She was a powerful woman who was very beautiful. And Samson, the Bible says, got attracted to this beautiful lady. But now, when this lady, why is Samson going to him? Probably because she's beautiful, isn't it? But the lady did not have the basic qualities. Because if you only look at the word dating, she was always keep on telling Samson, I will only love you if you tell me the secret of your power. And you know, that love is conditional. For Absalom, this is what I wanted our young people and young men to hear. The sister was very powerful, isn't it?
Okay.
That's before that.
Just a minute, Mr. Kamore. Okay, I hope our viewers are listening, and then I can see very many young men writing down, and maybe they want to get as much, but we cannot exhaust. We're just mentioning a few of our viewers. I wish we will get another time. I hope you will be available on this program. Craig, you're the director. Anytime we are calling you, you will avail yourself. So you have said the first thing is love.
Yes.
The other thing is?
I've said godliness.
Godliness.
Yes, and I can mention a few others.
Maybe you can mention number 3, because the issue of love, you have said there are different types of love. Maybe you can explain in 1 minute, because my director is telling me we are almost done, and so that when young men are engaging, they will be able to differentiate. Is it agape? You mentioned about agape love, and then infatuation. Maybe you can mention a bit so that they know which love is this.
What I would say for now. I think that should be a program on itself. Because that's a very wide area.
It's a wide topic.
So that we can exhaust on these needs a little bit. So I've said godliness is very important.
Yes.
And on that one, you build on love.
Love.
We have other values like respect.
No, just love. You said there could be infatuation. So can we agree that most of the young people are getting attracted through infatuation, not the true love?
Yeah, that's infatuation is about emotions.
Emotions.
Yes. You just feel that you need to emotionally attracted to a person. But emotions are not permanent.
They are not permanent.
And once you trust your emotions and not your logic, you go wrong. And that's why I was saying, because of our time, apart from godliness and love, you also need a lady who respects. In fact, if you listen to many young people and men who are already married, one of the things they value is a lady who is respectful, a lady who can be trusted, isn't it? A lady who knows how to appreciate you. Do you know the problem with men is that they don't have people to appreciate them. They are always out there giving and giving. Men are hardworking, and sometimes they take they take risks in their life. They need somebody to walk behind them to encourage them and tell them don't give up. They need somebody who can listen to them. And you know, listening is a core need in a relationship. But if you have a lady who does not listen to you, but also want to keep on manipulating you, and she wants to be listened, and she doesn't want to do the same to the man, it becomes a challenge. Somebody who can have patience. You know, marriage is a long journey.
It's a long journey.
So we look for patience.
Yeah.
Things, I will not be able to buy you a car today. Neither will I be able to build you a house today. Neither are our children going to become professor in a day. So it's a long journey. So there will be many things that we need to persevere and sometimes have patience.
Yeah, you talked about the primary, that is love, respect, and also godliness. I know there are quite a number you can discuss. You are an expert, and I think these are topic that we need more time. But maybe you can just take one more second or 1 minute or so just to discuss about secondary needs or secondary characteristics that young men should look for in future wives.
Yeah, secondary, but I'm discussing them sparingly.
Yeah.
Because secondary factors are not constant.
Yeah.
Probably you look at the financial stability of a person. But remember, financial stability is not constant. Today I'm financially stable. Tomorrow I may lose that job. Now what will hold us that together that time are the primary factors.
Okay.
I need somebody who is not ifness, somebody who can understand me. I need a lady with what we call resilience. These are the core values I'm talking about. And I think I've mentioned quite a number of them. Now, when you look at beauty, it is good. I'm not saying...
Beauty is primary or secondary?
It is secondary.
Secondary, because it can vary.
But bear in mind, we don't remain young.
Yes.
When I look at you, Mutua,
yes, I
know when you are getting a wife, you are not the way you are. Physically, you are changing. As we go on with the years, we keep on wearing out. I hope you are getting
So what you are saying is that marriage or future relationship, those who are aspiring to get married, they should not base their future relationship or those characteristics. They should start with the foundational characteristics that are not vary. They don't vary.
And those are the needs.
They don't vary.
They don't vary.
But the secondary characteristics will vary.
Yes,
like beauty, financial stability,
even children. Because like now, when we get married, unless I marry you with a child, we may go to a level whereby we don't have children, but I've seen couples living. So even when they talk about adopting, they don't have a problem because their marriage is intact. Wow. Marriage is about man and woman. It's about me and my wife. It's about you and the lady. So other things that comes as they are called fringe benefits on top. So that's what I'm saying. We should not build on that. You can have a married partner, and then children. I've seen people who get children with disabilities. Like now, there's a time I attended a program,
or even get none.
Or even get none. But I want to give a very good example. I happened to have a counseling session with a group of women with children with a fistula problem. That's a challenge. And one of the problem I noted in those women is that most of them have been left out by their men. And why is that happening? It is because now this secondary factor is not really is what we are considering. Now, how do you leave your wife because a child has a disability or a child is sick? But if you truly genuinely love this lady, if you truly, this lady is trusted, if this lady has resilience, if this lady is patient with you, then that marriage will stand the test of the time.
Just like when you are building a house, you do not start with the roof.
Yes.
So the secondary factors are like when you are roofing the house.
Yes.
And of course you cannot start roofing the house without a foundation. And the house without a foundation, no matter how well you put the roof, it will not rust. That is wonderful.
Remember, as we come to the end of that, a beautiful widow placed on a wall is a beautiful window on the foundation.
On the foundation.
A beautiful roof of a marriage is a beautiful roof supported by the foundation.
True.
And remember, the roof can be carried by the wind, but the house will still remain firm.
So
that's why
meaning that for the young people who are listening there, especially the young men who are aspiring to get married, you start with the foundational issues, characteristics. Because the foundational characteristics are, they don't vary, they don't change, and they determine the strength of that house. If you are building a house, and once the foundation is properly done, you can go as many floors as you can. Secondary characteristics or aspects, they vary from time to time, like beauty, financial status, and that is a good discussion, Mr. Kamore. What is your parting shot?
My parting shot for this,
just 1 minute, because we are actually getting out of time. My director is telling me we are even time, we are out of our time scope.
My parting shot for our listeners. I want to talk to both men and women. Today we are looking at the qualities that you should look for in a woman. So I want to encourage ladies, nurture this quality in you.
Wow.
And you will be the next target of that man we are talking about.
Yeah.
For the man who is listening to me, as you look for those qualities in the other lady, remember also the other lady also is also looking for something new.
Exactly.
Probably in the upcoming program, we shall also
focus
try
on
the young ladies.
Yes.
And probably we try to bring them to some of the qualities
they should look.
But most of these qualities are almost the same.
They are the same.
And if we measure on those primarily core qualities, I want to tell you, very many marriages are going to be stable in our contemporary society.
Thank you, our viewers. We have come to the end of this program. Kindly continue with our online broadcasting. We have our contacts there. Mr. Kamore numbers is on the screen.
It is 0721 34 54 50. And I think it's also good to tell our viewers that we are also online.
Yes.
We have, you can visit my Facebook and follow. This is Stephen Kamore. You can also visit my YouTube. In fact, most of these videos, we download them there.
Okay.
And as you listen to them, you can also download them and share with a friend.
Okay.
We are here because we believe knowledge is power. And therefore, what we are doing, we are sharing to multiply the power.
Thank you.
So that the society will become a better place to live in.
Thank you for being a resource to us. We appreciate your input in this discussion, Mr. Kamore. I know you are an expert and you have said many things. It's only that time is not on our side. Thank you so much. Our viewers, kindly continue following us on our platforms, as Mr. Kamore has indicated. Crike, that's our YouTube channel, and also on our Facebook channel. You can still call Mr. Kamore even for seminars and other forms of engagement, even for personal counseling. You do personal counseling?
Yes, we
and
do.
Also in churches, you are welcome. You can call us anytime, and he is here. God bless you so much. Shalom, shalom. Thank you.